The year is 2121 and the Earth has become uninhabitable. Every single scientist spent the past 100 years trying to decipher Nirvana High Paladin instead of solving climate change. Simply put, the complexity of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ended the world. But hope still remains. Two heroes, the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandsons of MBT and RJ, have made a startling discovery. Right when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was just beginning, before Synchros, before Goats, before Master Rule 1, there existed another rule set. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior rules. No tributes, no quick plays, one spell, and one trap per turn. Now, using Tachyon technology, these two must contact their ancestors, convince them to play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior rules, and conscript as many of their fellow Yu-Gi-Tubers as possible to start a movement to simplify the game that would eventually end the human race. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior journey. Well, that last episode didn't go entirely according to plan. That's the first one where I feel like we've actually ended the episode farther from our goal of saving the universe than we started. In fact, I got a message from my future self via the Tachyon portal in my basement that said, "Do not let Cereminon back on the show," and I got to agree with him. So welcome to 2005. Now, 2005 was a watershed moment for Yu-Gi-Oh! After months of samey DM formats, GX sets were released, and they changed quite literally nothing. Some of the least remembered, worst designed sets of all time for TCG. For Junior Journey, these sets are going to have an immediate impact on the metagame, and it is not going to be positive. RJ is going to give you a little more of the nitty-gritty of this format, but I just want to let you know an overview before we start. So the thesis of this format is that we forgot to hit Change of Heart. This is because Change of Heart is kind of mids in this format. It's good in exactly two scenarios. You're about to attack for lethal, or you're going to tribute off a powerful monster of your opponent's. Now, we can't do the second one in Junior Journey because there's no tribute summoning, and the first one's kind of wonky too because no individual monster wins the game on its own on an empty board state. All these monsters can test each other, and as a result, your big normal summon Bungus plus your opponent's big normal summon Bungus is actually not a lethal amount of damage. Until now, all of a sudden there's a monster that on normal summon does win you the game on its own. It's Cyberstein. This card plus Cyber Twin Dragon is 6,500 points of damage, and that plus the 3,000 attack monster your opponent is likely to summon will win you the game in one hit. For that reason, this format is completely centered around Change of Heart and Cyberstein exactly. Now, there are some fun little searchers for this card, including Witch of the Black Forest and UFO Roid. There are some cards that put you over the damage threshold necessary to summon Cyber Twin Dragon, like Limiter Removal, and there are some cards that change the math on a card like Change of Heart, like Monster Reborn. Unfortunately, the machine cards that are available in the early GX sets are huge. Things like Mechanical Hound, Perfect Machine King, and of course cards that we forgot to hit from the past like Barrel Dragon are all at a premium. There's also some really interesting new releases like BES Tetran that are powerful utility monsters that would have seen play if they were 4 stars, but unfortunately are 6. All in all, this is a list that literally cannot lose. I imagine that RJ is going to be playing almost card for card the exact same thing. These games will be decided in a minute and a half apiece, and we will all go home sad that the Earth is doomed to climate catastrophe. See you in the games.
I tried, folks. I did my best to stop this. I labbed dragons and flip control, outs and floodgates. None of them were enough to stop the machine uprising. It turns out there was very little that we could have done in 2004 format to prevent 2005 format from being machine FTK. There are just so many amazing cards that are released for junior format in that year, specifically for the machine deck, there was nothing that we could do. I fully expect that Joseph has already explained to you pretty much everything about this deck because I expect this to be a mirror match today, and with that in mind, I've done a little bit of spice to metagame him. Let's get into the deck list. First, we have 3 Ancient Gear Golem because he's the dude. He does piercing and he's 3,000 and your opponent can't use spell and traps to stop him. Next, we have 3 BES Tetran. It basically guarantees the OTK because it is a better breaker than Magical Warrior. Next, we have 2 Barrel or a 2 of the coin dragons, 2 Cyberstein. I'm not running 3 because I never want to see multiples, and I'm not running 1 because I don't want to rely on recruiters to get them when Ancient Gear Golem exists in the format. Next, we have double Jinzo because it, stops spell and trap cards, or it stops trap cards, which stops your opponent from stopping the OTK. 2 Mechanical Hand because he's the next biggest bungus after Ancient Gear Golem, and Perfect Machine King, who just gets absolutely gigantic in this format. Double UFO Roid, honestly, this is a really cool card, and I'm excited for it to get its chance to shine. It is a machine recruiter, but it is a level 6. And so is utterly useless in the TCG, but is going to be very cool for getting us exactly Cyberstein this time round, and Witch of the Black Forest because of similar reasons. Next, we have 3 Change of Heart, 1 Cold Wave, and 2 Creature Swap as our first bit of metagaming here. I want to get to Change of Heart faster than Joseph, and Creature Swap is the 4th and 5th copy of Change of Heart, but it also has some advantages over Change of Heart. While it isn't as good if you don't have something you want to give your opponent, I can give Joseph my UFO Roids, run over them, and get access to things like Cyberstein immediately. I can also Change of Heart or Creature Swap away my Cybersteins once I've used them in case the OTK gets stopped. I don't want to leave this guy on the board. It also has the advantage over Change of Heart in that if there is a way of stopping the OTK, you still get to keep the card. I really like this card. I hope it puts in work today. Next, we have double limiter removal. I'm not running 3 because I never want to see multiples of this card, and it's honestly one of a million ways to OTK in this deck, so I don't absolutely need to see it. Next, we have 2 System Down. This is another way of mitigating Joseph. If I can cheese a win off of him with having System Down in the main deck, then I want to do that. Next, we have Dark Hole, 1 Giant Trunade, 1 Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, and a Smashing Ground to clear the way when I don't want to commit before I get rid of my opponent's monster. 1 Call of the Haunted starts off our trap lineup. A Solemn Judgment. I don't want to run 3 because I don't want to see multiples, especially before I see Cyberstein. But it's still a very powerful card and a very powerful way of stopping an OTK. 1 Mirror Force and 1 Torrential serve similar purposes, and 1 Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell as my final trap. This card is really cool in this format because it just stops all the cards that help the OTK. I'm not going to run multiple in the main deck because I think the 1 of Solemn Judgment is a little more powerful than the 2nd Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell, but I am bringing in the Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell from the side deck if I expect that I'm going to be going first. Next, our side deck is mostly just for the mirror match and for control nonsense. For the control nonsense, I have Dark Ruler Hades and 2 End of Anubis, double deck Devastation Fires because I have so many things that can take advantage of it, Nobleman of Crossout, and Royal Decree. For the mirror match, I have 2 Acid Rain. This is a cool way to get around another way of metagaming this, which is bringing in Dimension Fusions to deal with System Down. I don't expect that to be a problem, but worst comes to worst, this can just be a 4th and 5th copy of System Down. Then we have the other Curse Seal, the Forbidden Spell, a Dust Tornado as a potential way to stop things that stop the OTK, and finally double Karibo as a potential way of stopping the OTK. If your opponent Change of Hearts or uses limiter removal and you're Kariboing them, then they might not get in for lethal, and then there's the possibility that you can OTK them yourself. I'm not totally sold that this is going to work, but it may be a way to deal with desperate times. Look, folks, we've faced bigger threats than this when facing climate change, but in Junior Journey, this is the biggest thing we've faced yet. Let's hope the metagaming gets us there and that we never have to see this deck again.
Well, this is embarrassing. I sort of thought that the world would be fixed by now. Looks like, once again, we were thwarted.
I think that we saved the world, given the circumstances that we had, right? Like,
right.
Given the information we had, we did the best we could.
Yeah.
Nothing could probably have prepared us for what may be the greatest threat our series has faced so far.
Right, industrialization.
Yeah, indeed.
This is going to be a stinky one. If any of you ever want a little bit of a preview about what's going to be played on the next episode of Junior Journey, RJ, you stream playing this occasionally with members of your Discord and the Junior Journey community, right?
I do. And they also set up tournaments with ideas about how we should do our ban list. And almost always, they end up with the exact same problems we do.
It is at least comforting to know that we all face the same struggle, regardless of our approach to the problem. And on that note, I guess, are you ready to show the world that industrial society has been one of the worst mistakes in the history of the human race?
Yeah, I am ready to really prove the anarcho-primitivists right about society.
Yeah.
Well,
go.
you know, sometimes.
All right. I've got my vial of mare piss. Let's get this going. Let's see what I open here and how screwed we are. Wow, that is.
Oh my God,
really,
I hate this format.
That's a really good open. Holy guacamole.
Oh.
All right, I mean, I guess I have to start like this. I'm gonna normal summon BES Tetran.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right, so when it's
Okay.
normal summoned, I get 3 counters on it. It can't be destroyed by battle until those 3 counters are gone. And also, once per turn, you can remove a counter to pop a spell trap. So, you know, back to you, buddy.
Yeah, gotta love 2 to 3 MSTs on a monster. Let's see. Oh, that's a thought. Wow, I hate this format. I hate it so much.
It's really bad. I'm sorry. This is going to be a 5-minute episode. Hey, future Joseph, thank you so much for cutting this down to 2 minutes per game. You're welcome for the short ones.
Is there a chance that this doesn't absolutely fucking backfire on me? Very little. I'm going to go for it. Okay, I am going to set a monster, and I am going to pass.
All right, I'll draw for turn, and I think that is the end of the game. All right, I'm going to activate Change of Heart, targeting your set monster.
Well,
Let's see what this is.
know?
Hey, that's a card. All right, yeah, big surprise here. It's Cyberstein time.
Oh, yep. I had no idea that was coming.
All right,
Okay.
down comes Cyber Twin Dragon, and we really are just
Okie
playing
dokie.
Reaper format out here. All right, let's see the Karibo.
It is not available to me. I will. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Okay, yep, that is the end of the game. Cool.
This
Fun.
was fun. This has been a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, definitely. Well, that went just about as exactly as I expected. There was literally nothing I could have summoned, activated, or set in order to stop that from happening.
Yeah, it's like, you could have set something like a Solemn Judgment or a Mirror Force, and that would have been popped by the Tetran. You could have, like, summoned a Cyber Dragon or something, but that's not contesting the Tetran. You could have conceded and, I suppose, just played Master Duel all night. That I think is the most effective.
I think that's probably, yeah, okay.
Oh, Jesus. Wow, I mean,
Well, I guess I'm just gonna normal summon Mechanical Hound.
Yeah, there he is.
And yeah, set a back row, and I think that's all you.
All right, standby main.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the back row isn't anything, I win the game right here. I just feel like it probably is something. Whatever, I'm gonna go for it. Change of Heart.
Yeah. I really should have just gone second to this game.
Cyberstein.
I was like, I want the setup, but Change of Heart is at 3 in this format.
That's the way it goes, baby. Let's see the Mirror Force.
It is Call of the Haunted. Okay,
all right.
Yep, that was fun. Okay.
Woo! Do you wanna play the third one? I guess.
I guess, sure. Why not? We have the time for it. Whatever. Yeah, this one's a little crusty, actually.
I am going to set one, and this is the most interaction we have had yet.
It is indeed. Okay. That is not nothing. Do I still just win the game? What is that? UFO roid?
No, how it could literally be anything. I don't know how on earth it literally could be anything.
What? No.
It could be literally anything.
What I hate about this is if I destroy the fucking UFO roid, unless I immediately win the game,
You do die, yeah. That's how it
I
works.
do die next turn.
That's how it works.
Okay, so I think Tetrin right now?
Tetrin's fine. Let's go Tetrin.
Okay, so I'm just gonna add 2 and we'll assume that I'm destroying your back row.
All right, it's limiter removal. I wasn't ever really gonna
Oh
use
wow,
this.
incredible. I had no idea that was what was. Okay, I'm gonna set a back row and it's your go.
You don't want to walk in here, buddy? All right, stand by main. Jesus. Wow, that's incredible. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord Almighty. Okay, we'll try Barrel Dragon here.
Okerly dokerly. Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom. It's not flipping. Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
heads
one.
up. I'm targeting the BES Tetrin.
I had no idea.
All right, we're trying again. Oh, it all
Okay,
comes
all
down
right,
to this,
all right.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Okay.
Ah.
Oh damn. Well, sometimes, and I have a feeling I know the spell card I'm about to get hit with. Oh,
No, that was it. I wish I had
I'm
it.
surprised.
I'm just
Okay,
trying to keep you off of what's his face. All right, back to you. See, it's
drop a turn.
interactive. There's back and
Yeah,
forth.
definitely. When neither of us draws the OTK. Let's see. Normal summon Ancient Gear Golem.
That's crazy, buddy.
He's a pretty big guy. And we are going to. Okay. So, here's the thing. If I attack the Barrel Dragon, I'll get rid of a threat to my Ancient Gear Golem. If I attack the UFO Turtle, I will put you out of Cyberstein range, but you will still have... I won't even put you out of the Cyberstein range because you'll still have... This is the worst.
It's not ideal, no.
I'm just going to go into battle. We're going to walk over the Barrel Dragon. If you have the OTK next turn, then you have the OTK. It's your go, I guess.
All right, stand by main. I
Yep.
will normal Ancient Gear Golem.
Oh, this is incredible. Yeah.
And I will take yours.
And there it is. Wow, how do you have all the change of hearts? Oh my god. It's the worst. I hate this.
Yeah, this one did not go particularly well.
Oh, okay. So it turns out that we saved last format, but we may have it's a little bit like that thing with like antiseptic wipes. where you're like wiping away 99.9% of the bacteria, but that 1% that gets through it is going to be the worst fucking thing imaginable, and I think that is exactly what we have found here.
Yeah, so I was fine with the end of last format. I was like, oh, this has ended up in a really fun, interesting place. And then someone like just handed me a list and they were like, all right, so Change of Heart and Monster Reborn are both at 3. And there is not an out to any of these machine type monsters. And I said, all right, that's cool. That's neat.
Yeah.
All right, so are you playing machine stuff as well?
I am indeed playing a very, very similar deck to yours.
Yeah,
I did
imagine.
a little bit of metagaming. I tried so many different things, and every time I was just like, this strategy just loses to machines. I was like, Armed Dragon, super cool card, loses to machines.
Yeah, of course.
There are flip control decks that, lose to machines.
Mhm.
And so I was just like, you know what? There is only one deck Joseph will be playing today. And it's machines. And so I put System down in the main deck because I was like, this is it. And I also put Cursed Seal of the Forbidden Spell in the main deck because I was like, I ain't getting Change of Hearted today. That worked out great for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was like, I tried to metagame my way out of this format, and there's just no way.
All right, so like, what do we do here? Step 1 is we're banning Change of Heart, right?
Yeah, 100%. Fuck that card. It's out. Probably Cyberstein too.
Yeah, I mean, Reaper format has kind of taught us that any format that includes Cyberstein is going to be dominated by Cyberstein. I mean, even if we lose like all the ways to search it, there's still Last Will. Even if we lose all the good targets, they keep printing fusion monsters. Like, this is just going to be an issue forever.
Cyberstein cannot stick around. And I am also going to make the call that we should probably get rid of Ancient Gear Golem now while the going is good.
Yeah.
They make retrains of this card that oftentimes are like, you know, they have their benefits. They can be special summoned, things like that. This card deals piercing damage and can't be stopped by Mirror Force. So, you know, let's get rid of it.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, it's arguable in a format where attack points don't actually matter if Ancient Gear Beast is just a straight-up better card. Not really arguable in Junior Journey. You know, not too much of an argument there. I am going to say something that I know will make you quite upset. But I think it is probably time that we reintroduce the coin flip dragons to hell.
Yep, that is not going to upset me. They have had their time. They were fun.
How did we get this one so wrong? We were so close when Barrel came out, and then we put it back, and then we put it back, and now it's like, I'm sorry, they're just so good.
They're really, really strong. They are basically this format's equivalent of like Tribe Infecting Virus in GOAT. Like, you can just normal summon them, and if you have successfully normal summoned them, you have taken control of the game for the turn without much recourse. So yeah, it's time for them to go. One thing we do have to address here, and this is a thing I've noticed when we're labbing in general. There are a lot of cool things that exist at the like level 5 and level 6 slot. There are cool things like Armed Dragon. There are cool things like Horus, or like Kaiser Glider, or all of these things. And they're great. They have all these cool interactions, awesome value that they get, but not quite the same value as just normal summoning a 3,000 attack point monster and running over whatever it is your opponent has on the field. There's very little risk to that. There is basically one card's resource put into it with still potentially a monster reborn behind it. The problem that we're running into this format is just that normal summoning a big dude who deals a lot of damage is better than basically everything else available. The way around this is going to be hitting basically everything that we can expect to be at 2,900 or 3,000 most of the time.
So, yes, I agree that is a problem. I do not think we can possibly ban every large man. There are just so many large men, and they keep getting larger, and I don't realistically think we can fill up a list with like Mechanical Hound and Perfect Machine King and Blue Eyes. But I do think we might want to consider decreasing the chance that one of those monsters is going to blow you all the way out of the game. And I think we can do that by letting some really powerful removal back in.
Okay, I like where you're going.
I think that actually we should put Mirror Force back to 3.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's go. And on that note, I think we should also put Torrential back to 3. This one is a little sussier because Mirror Force has counterplay. BES Tetran is like a cool 6 that's sort of low value, bad if there's a lot of removal spells in the format. Doesn't do a lot as your normal except clear back row. And is played exclusively if you expect Mirror Force to be everywhere. Torrential does a lot more. It's one-sided a lot of the time, but it really does punish summoning a second very large man.
You do have a good point there. I accept. Let's do it.
The third thing I would like to lobby for is Monster Reborn. This card is poo-poo good. It's pretty strong.
Yes.
I would be happy to see this at like 1, but I don't think we can keep it at 3.
Yeah, Monster Reborn to 1 is another good one. I am also going to advocate for something that did not come into play this time around, but has come into play in literally every other episode so far. And because it is just nothing, it does not seem as high value compared to all the broken ass bullshit, but has just always been there to respond to it. I think we need to hit Solemn Judgment.
No, come on, man. It's so good. I guess that's what you're saying. You're literally
that
playing
is
that
the
right
problem.
now.
I am happy with it at 1.
I'm gonna put my foot down and stop the RJ memento from happening. We should just ban Solemn Judgment.
We're gonna ban
This
Solemn
card,
Judgment. Okay.
It's just bullshit.
Yep. Okay. There it goes.
I don't know. I feel kind of
Okay.
comfortable with this, but only because the format is so incomprehensible compared to how it looked last time.
Yeah, this is really like trying to put like a belt on the cosmos right here. We are trying to rein in something we do not properly understand yet. The AIs are too powerful. They have grown beyond us.
We're literally like the SCP Foundation here. We're like, yeah, we can't read any of these runes, but if we put like a salt circle around this one, it seems to help. Our salt circle is
constantly
moving barrel dragon up and down.
Yeah. I'm excited to play in this format we've created. I think our guests are going to come up with something really cool with this. I'm just hoping we have not somehow once again fed fuel to the fire that is Big Bungus gameplay.
You understand that we're going to invite someone on and they're going to be like, bro, you haven't read Clongus Duncules? And it'll be like a 12-star monster from 2005 that reads like, if you normal summon this monster, you win the game. None of us are going to have any understanding of it. We're going to be shocked out of our mind. I think we're doing the best we can. And that's really all I can say here.